In March 2011, we opened the Object Study Gallery. When we opened that particular gallery, we wanted to represent a cross-section of the collection. The collection here is encyclopedic. So what you have in that gallery is roughly 150 objects that span dozens of cultures, 6 continents, and roughly 35 centuries of artistic endeavor. And a lot of these pieces we don't have enough of to make a specific exhibit, so it was kind of a nice way to do an open storage. But of course, once you've been there, you see that most of these objects are three-dimensional and you can only see one side, which is a problem in a lot of exhibition spaces.
There was a painting that they didn't know who the author of the painting was, and so they had some evidence on the back of the painting in the form of a wax seal. She was aware of some kind of relighting techniques in sort of the broader area of computer graphics where I work, so she contacted me and we had a discussion, and that sort of led to this collaboration.
I was looking through the computer science faculty bios, trying to find someone who could do polynomial texture mapping. These guys took it a step further by using a technique they call relightable. So you can make a raking light and you can move it across the surface with your finger. And while I was meeting with them about that, they said, oh, well, you know, we can do this too. And I looked at that and immediately thought there were applications to the museum, specifically for three-dimensional objects when they go on view.
I think it's pretty natural to want to manipulate the viewpoint of some object, especially something that is interesting from all directions. I think one of the compelling parts about this in the museum setting is that a lot of these artifacts, they can't be displayed at least efficiently or cost effectively so that they can be viewed from all angles. And so having a way of supplementing the in-museum experience, I think is a good use of this technology.
When Arqball came to us with their proposal, we could see how this would marry very well with what we're trying to do in terms of making these works of art more accessible, not only to students and faculty within the university, but to the community at large.
With a mouse and a keyboard, it's just difficult enough to understand how to move around some three-dimensional object that you really you can't access a very large community of users. With something like the iPad, it's just much more natural.
It's a cool project. I mean, it really is. It can add a lot to the museum. It's another dimension, another level that the museum's trying to always build upon and add to what we make available. It's just another way to see our objects.
If scholars can actually make new discoveries by using this technology. So I'm a scholar, I'm in Italy, I don't have physical access to this vase, but through technology that we're developing, I can look at it in a way that it might as well be in front of me. I can look at it from any angle, and I can inspect it in high resolution detail, and from that I can actually make some inferences that previously I would have had to fly to the UVA Art Museum to do. So if you can accelerate the pace of discovery and academia scholarly work, to me that would be sort of the most outstanding achievement of this project.